Hello, it's me, Ariza Gaming. We're back for some more Oxygen Not Included. We're still going to be doing a little bit of Marinia at the moment. Hope you're doing well, Charlie Kelly, Ayla Avo. We're going to leave my music on today. I feel like having it on for a change. What exactly am I going to get up to? I don't really know. It's going pretty well. We've got some ore hulls going. We've got our biodiesel rocket that we're just about to get finished, and we're going to start doing some space travel with that. So that should be nice. I'm still pretty aware that there's two things I want to do in this run. There are Pokeshells. I want to actually do my Pokeshell build because we haven't really done that before. We tried on various different runs, and it didn't really work. Mostly because I screwed up other things along the way, so that wasn't really ideal. But we have an actual build for Pokeshells now, so I'm very keen to actually have a go at it. Also, I think... Oh, Leofar, you shouldn't be getting in here and doing this. This should definitely not be a thing. So I'm going to give you... Let's give you some doors. If I actually do it like this, maybe that will work. Because at the moment, you're just shuffling eggs around. And as amusing as that is, I think it's... The net effect is making them angry. Are we doing well, Quantum Zari? Yeah, so we're going to do something involving Pokeshells, and also we are going to do the pin pocket stuff. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it helps when I actually close the internet browser. Right, let's make it so that you're only going in and out. Or make it so you're only going out. Don't worry if I make slightly less sense than usual today. It's normal. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, you're going to have to go the other way then. Probably don't need to set all of these settings, that's fine. There you go. So now you should get out and not be an absolute pain. Yeah, now you can't dump any more Pokeshell eggs in there and you can do other stuff. You've been inspired by the Brekkie video. I'm going to see how viable it is to rush tame Gassy Moose. Well, that was the ultimate aim of the series run. Maybe we'll end up doing that on this run instead. Probably not. I'm not going to prioritize that asteroid in this run. The two runs are quite similar at this point, and I want to make sure I'm doing different things. We're getting closer to Crab Squid Colosseum every day. Maybe. So, something else I actually do want to do, and I think I might have the energy for today. The fossil thing. So, we are going to need a decent amount of refined carbon for all these pin pockets, right? How much do we actually have at the moment? We have 260 kilograms. What are we making refined carbon out of? We do have 28 tons of coal available at the moment, and 53 tons of gumwood. Okay. Maybe this isn't a problem then. I don't know. What do you guys think I should do? Pokeshells or hatches? I know one of them is a lot more interesting than the other. Where am I going to put the Pokeshells? Probably just directly underneath the oak shells, right? I mean, I think Pokeshells can get to really cold temperatures without having issues, so that would be something pretty good to put underneath the ore hulls, not oak shells. What am I talking about? Yeah, so they can live down to -50. That seems good to me. Okay, well maybe we'll just do that then. Why not? So let's just build global ladders. Don't make them out of friggin' wood. Is there anything else we actually want to be careful about in here? There's a little bit of chlorine. Did I actually release a load of chlorine onto the map? Not really. There's like a little bit that shouldn't be here, but for the most part, it's actually pretty clean. I think we're only going to have a little bit. Am I going to have the two-sided dropper thing? I don't think I am. I think I'm just going to have a little bit. So let's actually just go up to here. Let's see how that goes. There. Hello, Uglavisk. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, Zarek, your idea of doing a fertilizer tier list, I think is a really good idea. Which plants should you prioritize doing fertilizer on? Seek fluid intake, true. Let me just queue up these digs first. Yeah, we'll have a look at the Pokeshell build and do some of that today. We've got a pitcher pump full of mercury. This is just going to dump a load of mercury everywhere, isn't it? I think perhaps what we should do first is just dig this big patch out. There shouldn't be any back walls in here. Go away, back walls. Nobody likes you. Well, that's not true, but, like, I don't like them getting in the way. Right, I think that will do. I think I will need to make sure that I prioritize this dig. That makes sense. Ugh, okay. Pepsi? No, my sleep has been absolute dog shit recently, so no caffeine at the moment. This is like the one day before the heat wave starts in the UK again as well, so I am definitely streaming today in case I get cooked out of my room the other days this week. We still know this is broken, we're still pumping the hydrogen out of here, that's fine. Yeah, let me actually load up the Pokeshell video then, because I don't think we're going to have to change that much to fit in the aquatic stuff. Aquatic Planet Pack stuff. I realize most plants aren't treated equal with fertilizers, since fertilizing pike apples saved my Max Diff Lab series run. Pike apples are just ridiculous. They're so strong. Food plants that just consume phosphorite are really, really strong, just generally. I think they are balanced, because you have to get it quite cold to grow them. You're not going to grow them by accident, but definitely worth thinking about. We got some loot? Let's open the loot. Yeah, we've spent enough runs trying and failing to do Pokeshells. Let's actually succeed at doing Pokeshells for change. Oh, look! The Frosty Crustacean. That's convenient. I think we might have already had that. I think I might have unlocked it, but that's kind of funny. We got some gloves. We got some more gloves. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I just released a video. I've been procrastinating on the Rex video. Again, for fairly obvious reasons. I just dig this for now. So I've been procrastinating on that, but we did a video about Transformers. The large power Transformers and the insulated wire. That's on the YouTube channel right now. I didn't want to make that one members only because it was so short. But I did think it was worth having a look at. Sooner rather than later. So that video's out. I'm confident the Rex video will still be out by the end of the month. But I'm going to be honest, it depends on how hot it gets and how much sleep I get, because it's complicated stuff. My brain is not in a complicated mood at the moment. But that's alright. There's plenty of stuff to do in this game. And we can definitely do something that we've already done on Sandbox Showcase today. Now, let me full screen this on my other computer. Oh, let me actually paste over the link as well. We'll see just how much that we actually have to change to do with... Oh, hold on. Probably shouldn't paste it in YouTube chat. That's not the right place to paste it. Give me a sec. I should have really just left Twitch open on my other computer. Wow, it actually shows the thumbnail of the video in the YouTube chat. I didn't know it did that, honestly. That's pretty cool. Well, there it is in the Twitch chat. Right, now let's full screen it. Okay, this is good. I think I do have enough room to do one column here with the dropper and everything. Disposing of excess Pokeshells. What am I going to do? You should tell someone this is how you tame Jorbos and get them to work for you. Nah. Sorry, that was a question I actually didn't answer from YouTube as well before I spammed chat. Do arbor trees need all their branches fertilized? Maybe Mimica would be a good choice. Yes. You do have to, apparently, this is what people have said. I haven't tried it before because... Well, I don't know why I haven't tried it before, really, but I think they do have to micronutrient fertilize every single branch, and it's a bit annoying. But We do know that with the arbitraries, you get more resources out than you put in with the fertilizer. It just depends how much dupe labor you have. I think the Mimica's pollination is probably a bit more profitable sometimes for these plants that have the multi-faceted design, like the overgrown node and the tower kelp. Although you can't use Mimicas to pollinate a tower kelp. What am I talking about? You can't pollinate aquatic plants, can you? There's no way to just get them to do it before they drown, right? That would be a bit sad. Yeah, no, I'm excited. We haven't done this build on a Twitch stream before, so let's actually do it. Let's put some doors in. The access shaft is going to be a little weird. But that's okay. So it should be 3 high. That should work. And then this is just going to be a big access shaft in here. And I think what we'll do is we'll have... Oh, I know why I wanted to do this now. I wanted to separate the two variants out. Yeah. Well, do we actually want to do stuff with regular Pokeshells at all? Let's have a look at the different variants quickly, first of all. So regular Pokeshells are what we have. They eat a lot of blue dirt. They produce a fairly large amount of sand. They produce a lot of lime, which we don't need. We have plenty of lime. We have over 4 tons of lime. So I think it is just oak shells. I think what we'll do is we'll start with oak shells, and then we'll gradually just replace all of the poke shells with oak shells. That's what we'll do. They do each branch is true. Having a small productive farm is pretty crazy. They need to be diagonal. It's supposed to be with the grubs. There's a neat setup for pollinating sea cone. Yes, I think I actually did see that one. Okay. So we're gonna have a lot of doors. Our dropper is gonna go here. This is the door they're gonna drop it through, the oak shells through. And we're gonna let them land before they wander into each ranch. This is something similar to what we did in the previous Darthel video, but it takes them a bit more space, but I think it's a bit neater with the poke shells. To be honest, it mostly works better with the poke shells just because they don't climb around all the surfaces. That is so annoying, normally. But we're going to shove critters through doors, and that's how we're going to move them all. You're probably familiar with this by now. I think poke shells could also fertilize the clam pumps and knock them open. Is it worth the space to include them in a poke shell ranch? I don't know, honestly. I'm erring on the side, maybe. I think there will be space in this design to have a lot of the aquatic buildings. Also, I need to pay attention to whether anyone's trapped or not. Right, so there's going to be doors underneath here, but they're only going to go up to this level. So let's do one more here. This is going to start making sense in a bit. I'm going to put a weight plate here, because I think there are a few circumstances where the poke shells will get stuck in the door. This will make sure they don't get stuck in the door. I'm going to put a critter sensor here, just to make sure that we're clearing the exit shaft. And then let's actually put a mechanized airlock here. It seems to be about the right amount of tiles. Okay, you are definitely trapped. Can I tell you to just make this out of a different ladder, or ladder material? If I make it out of granite, will that do? Yeah. Also, if we actually have a look at the hatches, I think I will do hatches at some point, just because we hardly ever do hatches these days. And I know that we have enough gum wood, we could do a lot of refined carbon out of that, if I really wanted, but I don't know, come on. Give them their dues. We can feed them coquina, the new resource. Are you serious? Oh, you need to build this out of iron. Okay, that's fine. We got the pod. Steel. I'll print steel. That sounds good. If a dupe is on the way to open a clam and the crab does it first, they still waste the time to open the clam and then harvest it. Oh, okay. God, you really do like doing this, don't you? Well, I'll tell you what. How about you make this out of mafic rock? That's gross. There you go. This will also need to be an actual proper ladder so that we can get around the build. Okay. Then we're going to have another door here, and then that's all the doors, I promise. I promise. Oh wait, no, hold on, there's one more. There's a mechanized airlock here. But if you don't Dupes harvesting it, it allows pearls to drop naturally instead of staying in the clamp. Oh. Well, we'll see if there's room. I'm not gonna... We'll definitely experiment with it. We're gonna put the chute here to make sure we don't get any baby Pokeshells. Because they can't climb or jump. Now, do I want the excess Pokeshells to go to a cooker or a freezer? Probably, because we just want to murder them pretty quickly. Do we want to murder the oak shells quickly? I don't know. Maybe I will leave it alone for now. Yeah, let's leave it alone for now. Let's just do the actual build first and then see what happens. Right, mesh tiles. We're going to have the grooming station up here. We could actually have an aquatic grooming station. I don't think there's any point for the Pokeshells. We're going to fill the tank up with ethanol up to this level, and then they're going to mostly crawl around in the ethanol. But they are going to have a bit where they occasionally rest upstairs. I think... Hold on. If we have a look at Pokeshells, very angry. So, no, not this window. This window. So the probability of them laying different eggs increases when they dwell in the liquids. So ideally we should have them in liquids all the time. I think the reason we didn't do that in the past was because there was no aquatic grooming station. Now there is an aquatic grooming station. However, do I want that? I don't know. There are aquatic buildings for all of these. I think if I'm stacking tanks on top of each other... Ugh. I could hold back the liquids with like some kind of mucin lock or something crazy. I think what I might do instead is I might just have an extra ethanol distiller in here. We can have all the buildings be the aquatic buildings. And then we could just have 2 ethanol distillers. Let's try that. Because obviously with oak shells we're going to need to start recirculating the stuff. I'll have to have a think about where everything's going though, because the arrangement's going to change now. I think that's... Yeah, this is all getting made out of granite, that's good. It's going to be 9 across. So it's going to go there. I believe I actually included a liquid vent in this middle tile. For the ethanol as well. I could make that a mesh tile. Well, I'll have to have a think about specific arrangements of building. You know, classic. Pretty sure the crabs will demand a regular grooming station. Oh, really? You know, I hadn't thought about that. Let's have a look. So, aquatic grooming station... It doesn't actually... Does it actually say? It would be too easy if it said on here, wouldn't it? Which grooming station they like. Well, there's one way to test that. Let's actually just put an aquatic grooming station up here. There's a bit of back wall here that I could do. If I remove that... Oh, wait, that's not going to work. You know what? Leave it like that. Leave it like that. Let people through these doors again. And we'll build a little bit of drywall here and we'll test this, because it's worth knowing, isn't it? Don't think they use it, but maybe they fixed it. Yeah, I haven't really been keeping track. Well, if they are going to use the regular grooming station, then that simplifies things. So maybe let's just plan around doing that for now. In terms of getting around here... We need to have an auto sweeper that can reach this whole area while still allowing the Pokeshells to get in and out of the liquid tanks. No ladders. We used mesh tiles for this before. So if we did one here, that wouldn't work because then, yeah, we wouldn't be able to fit the building there. Pokeshells need to be able to climb in and out of the room. So that's why I had it originally with the mesh tiles going down like this, because that way I could put the auto sweeper up here in this little gap here, and it can actually reach all of the floor tiles the Pokeshells could reach. So I could do it like this. They won't be able to reach this tile, but that won't matter because the crabs won't lay any eggs. Crabs can't swim. True. We'll put some mesh tiles in. That's fine. Let's see. If I just put, let's see, 1, 2, 3. That would work. Let's Priority 9 all of this. We just gotta try it. Priority 9. Why are we so low on power banks? What's going on, guys? Did I just disconnect a load of them down here? No, they're charging. These ones are all charging as well. Have I just printed too many dupes? It's certainly possible. I'll keep an eye on that. Right, so in any case, we know that the water fort is going to go in here, so let's put that in. That can go here. And then the fountain, the critter fountain. For oak shells, we definitely want to feed them brackine, because we're... Well, for all Pokeshell variants, we're going to want to feed them brackine, because it's going to increase the amount of excess products we get. Aquatic critter fountain. We're going to have to test that as well, aren't we? Because if we can't put it here, we're going to have to put it up here with the rest of the buildings. Right. In any case, let's start laying this out. So, grooming station, critter feeder. I can go there. I believe I was also going to put... I've done this wrong. Oh, I have done this wrong. Hold on. Yeah, what I was going to do is I was going to put an auto sweeper down here and an auto sweeper here. It's not necessary. I think it is so that it can reach the buildings up here. So it's just for the ethanol distiller. 15 probably needs like 8 or 9 charges, probably fine. Yeah, it does go up and down. Let's put the bottle emptier here. And then we'll put a load of them in here as well. And we'll just start dumping all of the ethanol via those. Don't think we need these ladders anymore. And then I can put the conveyor loader here. And it's reachable by both sweepers.
Killer fish. Killer fish from San Diego.
Killer fish.
I don't know what I am,
but
I taste really good. I'm a killer fish. Hello. I'll be your killer fish for the evening. Thank you.
I think I'll do something like this. I hope you're well, Neo. What is up with you these days? I am not getting a lot of sleep. So that's why I'm acting a bit weirdly today, but that's fine. Yeah, we'll just dump all the ethanol in here. And there's loads of carbon dioxide in here already, so I'm just not going to worry about it. Yeah. Let's keep testing the Pokeshells up here. Did we build all of this? We did. Okay, so if we build the aquatic grooming station, and then similarly, I'll build a tile here as well. And then... be the aquatic critter fountain. Oh, that doesn't... Oh. Well, that's a bit weird. Okay. That doesn't require a mesh tile. But let's put one in so the crab can potentially eat it. Yeah, I'm aware power banks are a bit low. Oh, the actual count of power banks? Yeah, that's true. The actual count of power banks is pretty low too. Did I actually... Yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's make another 10. I don't think they've been exploding. Maybe. I haven't seen any power bank scraps, but I think I've been pretty good at picking them up. You know, I reckon they probably have been exploding. Oh look, no, now we got loads. I think they're literally just all held in the chargers. Power banks are stored in the balls. We've been processing the power bank scraps. I don't know how much they've done that. But yeah, this is going to be a little bit of an issue if we want to put the critter fountain in, because the critter fountain is a necessary part of this, and we won't be able to fit the ethanol distillers in here. But I probably will put the ethanol distiller in here just to get this started. Now, the insulated wire as well. God, I wish the insulated wire was a bit... wow, we have a lot of plastic now. I wish the insulated wire was a bit more visually distinct from the regular conductive wire. Oh lol, I do it manually so I can feel the shame. Nah, I'm past caring. I mean, usually there's enough energy in an exploding power bank that I could tell. It's a bit worrying if I can't. So the issue is, I believe the tiles in the room are also set to actually allow us to put all these buildings in. So this is actually a... Oh, this is a smaller than usual enclosure. That's true. I could probably make it a bit deeper then. Or a bit wider. I could make it a bit wider. If I actually made it 99, I mean, there's 9 tiles here. I could probably make it this wide. I would have to put more auto sweepers in. But it would let me fit a critter fountain. Well, that's worth considering. Would I actually be able to fit everything else in here, though? Yes, I would still be able to put the wall here. Okay, let's do that for now. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah. I think I had it in the original build so that we only had to use 1 auto sweeper for everything. But I think we will have room to have 2 auto sweepers. So, yeah, why not? We could put one up here, or something. I might struggle to fit an auto sweeper in this bit. But that should be fine, because we won't need it for the actual fountain. Then I might have room to put a liquid vent in somewhere. Probably not, though. I'll get you to keep making more granite tiles. So I guess that's where the door is actually going to go. So remove that, remove these, remove this. In fact, yeah, I guess we'll plan things a bit differently. I still like this idea. We're gonna have to make it so I can climb up and access the fountain as well. I think this will need to stay here just because of how the mesh tiles are arranged. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I'm just trolling the dupes now, dropping all of their stuff. Mesh tiles. Then let's put the liquid fountain in. Oh, the issue with this is we can't pick up any eggs if they're over here. I could alleviate that with a cheeky auto sweeper outside the ranch. That feels a bit silly. So that would be 108, and then it would be 12. So that's 96 exactly. Okay, well that seems too good to be true, so let's keep it this size. But yeah, that means there's definitely no room for an auto sweeper here, so I would have to actually stick it outside. I'll do that for now. This is good to know. This is good to know. Right, let's go check a few things up here. Did you actually build these? No. Okay, let's priority 9 these. I also realized I'm doing everything on speed 1 today, but that's fine. I'm in no rush today. Critter drop off. And then if we probably do actually have enough width that we could put an oak shell freezer in here. If we actually look at the oak shells, these guys die at -50 as well. So freezing them in a pool of ethanol does seem reasonable. Inverted commas, reasonable. I could make these out of ceramic. I don't think there's a huge need to. So that would be up to here. Then we'd have a vacuum in this room. And then we would just automate that like we did for the tallow biodiesel boiling bit. Put some more doors in here so that we can restrict whether the oak shells enter or leave. And then how are we actually going to freeze that? Could I just put a thermo aqua tuner in this liquid tank? That would be a bit weird, wouldn't it? I don't think that's how we would do that. Probably just fit another one in here. Hello, Meatball Coon. Do you think non-swimmer can attain swimming skill by only one DLC? Yeah. I think swimming has been added to the game without the actual DLC being required. I'm pretty sure you can just have your duplicants swim in the base game now. I need to actually give more skill points out as well. Not that I'm really organizing these guys very well. It's okay. Power banking for Yang. Yeah, that's okay. You think it's APP exclusive? Yeah. That might make sense. I don't know. Oh god, I did know. This is the thing. I only actually play with the DLCs, so I never actually realize when something gets taken out in that respect. Also, I've not done that properly. This doesn't need to be a tile. I want to have some extra outlets here so that we can fill a few more things up. Yeah, that seems good. And then I can make another liquid lock here. And then we can access it from this side as well. So... Tile. You know what? I might just make this insulated. I don't think I'm going to have them access it from this side. Although, again, there's not going to be any gas in this bit, so I should just be able to regular tile that. Oh yeah, there's not going to be any gas in that bit. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, playing with only spaced out feels pretty restrictive now. Yeah, I mean, people ask me about whether I'm going to play without the DLCs, but the DLCs are so cheap, I don't really see much point. How well do the plant packs go if you don't have spaced out? That's a good question too. So this is the room where... So we're going to need some auto sweepers in here for handling all of the oak shells and all of their products. So auto sweeper here, conveyor loaders. We can have a load of different loaders going to different places. Actually, this one will go a level lower. go up here. I guess the position doesn't really matter. That's fine. Got room for one in here as well. We're going to want to dump a decent lot of ethanol here and a decent lot here as well. That's fine. That's going to be the conveyor chute. Oh, right. We're going to have a chute in here just so we can insert eggs automatically. That's fine. And then a critter sensor as well. That's why I included these little tiles here. Okay. Anything else? Oh, you know what? Actually. Okay, remove these. I will put 2 tiles here and 2 tiles here, and I'll put a liquid vent here. I'll put a liquid vent here just so that I can actually dump the ethanol in this room conveniently. I guess there's no harm in me just putting the pipe for the ethanol distiller down here, right? I'm very aware this is going to be hot initially as well. That's fine. Yeah, I guess just do this for now. Oh, actually, well, it's going to be ethanol, so it won't freeze. It won't boil no matter what. I don't remember how to play vanilla rocketry. Maybe I'll do vanilla plus planet pack run and see how the old rocketry works. Yeah, maybe. The amount of replay value that only has the price is dirt cheap. Yeah, exactly. A, the game has a lot of replay value, and B, it's just time consuming. I'm going to be honest. Even if it didn't have replay value, it would still take you 100 hours to beat the game. Easy. Like, if you were gunning for it on a run, like what? That's 30 streams worth? It feels like the average length if I was actually planning on completing something. Oh, you know what I'll do as well? I'll put a gas pump in here, and then we can pump out the gas. That is definitely going to have to be a high-pressure thing, because we have the carbon dioxide guys that are open for ages. Very tempted to get some slicksters involved to help out with that. But I should have room to put another ranch down here as well. So we could have 2 full oak shell ranches. That seems good. Okay, power's back up. That is good. Right, we built these. No liquid intake, that's true. Okay, so these were generating errands, but I don't believe it actually allows anything to happen. Also, I'm pretty sure we've collected all the Pokeshell eggs now, so I'm just going to turn this off. We'll need to get the eggs out of here later anyways. I think that's pretty conclusive evidence the aquatic grooming station does not work on Pokeshells. Because you can obviously path... Oh! You can't path up here! What? Why not? What I think is the biggest glitch in Oni? I don't know if it counts as a glitch, but the fact that the melting point of uranium is 1,000 degrees lower than it should be is pretty egregious. Why can't they get up here? Can they only jump... Maybe they can only jump vertically up. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is the issue with this room design. We can't actually have them hop over to the fountain. So whatever we do... Oh, I see what the issue is. We would have to have them hop over to this side and put the grooming station and the critter feeder on this side. Oh, that's kind of gross. Well, I'm going to have to change some of this then. Okay, well, I can figure that out, but yeah, that is going to have to change. So we'll make it so that they can get over to this side. I think this should still be fine with this bottom sweeper down here. But yeah, that's going to have to change, and then we're going to have to change a load of other things. This is why I'm doing it on speed 1 today. In fact, you know what? Do the pipe like this. Seems fine. We'll have something substantial at the end of it, don't you worry. This will obviously be Pokeshells. So, Pokeshells, Party 9. We don't have any variants, obviously, that's fine. If they're not going to use the aquatic grooming station, I'm going to assume they're not going to use the aquatic critter fountain. They seem to be for fishes only. That's okay. Cancel this mesh tile. So that water sweeper will still be able to reach there. That is going to be able to reach the critter feeder still, so that's good. And then we don't need any feeders for the fountain. So that could just be here, so we can fit a loader here maybe. And then a grooming station. Ah, this is nice. I've been meaning to update this build slightly, and I'm probably not actually going to do a full update video for this. Well, maybe at some point. It's very low on the list. I'll put it that way. Right, I don't think we're going to have that tile be the vent. I think we're going to have room to fit the vent there just fine. We do need to have this auto sweeper come here to grab the eggs in this bit. That's not really avoidable with houses at the moment. I could just have that go in here. That's not super neat. That will do for now. That conveyor loader will have to go here. And then the polluted dirt from the ethanol distiller is going to go straight in the critter feeder, so that's what we want to see. I'll put some more bottle things here. There's a lot of ethanol just floating around on the map, so I think what I will do is I'll get them to just dig that out, and then we will just pitcher pump it up. There's a few other big patches on the map as well, so I think that should be pretty quick. Pips running around. I have not been looking after the pips. Everything down here seems to be working okay. We got some sulfur in the liquid lock. I don't really care. This is working well enough. We're not short of biodiesel, let me put it that way. We've actually filled up the pipe going all the way to the rocket. I haven't been prioritizing this stuff yet. We'll start doing the rocket exploration simultaneously on both runs once I've gotten a bit more sleep. That's what we'll do. So, yeah, remove that. Are you guys actually going to come in here and do all these errands? I might speed up now. Let's put some more wires in. So that one can just go here. Cancel that. I guess this could just go here. Seems fine. I am going to have to get rid of some of those tiles. That's okay. And then there's going to be a bit of automation as well. That's okay. Let's have some more Fanta while we're waiting for this. Pokeshells not being able to use aquatic ranch buildings is criminal. I guess it's because they just don't have an animation for it, and only the fish have an animation for it. I wish there was a way to turn critters feral. I would want an army of wild lums to harvest everything for me. I think that is something that devs aren't going to do from a game balance point of view. TBH. Similar with stuff like grubs. If you just have grubs like just hanging out forever in your rooms without any need to feed them for a replacement baby, it'd be kind of crazy. Do Printerceptors hire set up wild farms now? Yeah, I think that's the balanced way of doing it. You can do one or two, but it's going to get progressively more expensive after that. Even then, you can still do it because you can eventually get unlimited data banks. So, if you really want to do it, you can do it with the Printerceptor. But yes, we'll want polluted dirt in here. Sure, and at the moment there's enough carbon dioxide that's not actually going to cause any issues, so that's good. So we're going to need a coolant pipe for this as well. Do I I think I'm just going to run a thermoregulator. TBH. Or actually, we could just run a thermo aquatuner and just have it be outside. I don't think it's going to be running often enough to be a problem. Why is there Dysosphere program music in my playlist? I say that every time it comes on. 275 databanks as the cap. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. That seems perfectly doable for a wild farming apparatus. I probably wouldn't want to use a thermo aquatuner in here to cool this down. Especially if, well, the ethanol is quite cool to start with. That would eventually cause problems. The ethanol would start boiling and condensing, and that's definitely not something I want to happen. I mean, what's the alternative? I could take this. I could take this naphtha and run it in a friggin' cooling loop. Wow, we still don't really have any good cooling liquid, do we? At this point, I'm beginning to think I just need to start actually pit planting the bonbon trees in my runs so I can get nectar. It's such a good coolant, but I can never be bothered to actually get the bonbon trees. I should be giving you a mechatronics booster, but I'm not that fussed at the moment. Oh, let's do the conveyor rail. So that is going to go like this. Not like that. So this is just for all of the eggs. Any of the wrong eggs, I think I'm just going to put in here. So that would be non-oak shell variants. We're just going to freeze them right away. And then the regular oak shells, I'm going to let wander around in here, I think. For a little bit. Maybe we'll open up the door once the amount of critters in here gets high enough. That's something I could do. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put a critter sensor in here. We'll do that. Probably have enough mercury to make enough nectar just for cooling. Yeah, we could do it with the mercury lamps if we really felt like it. I'm not sure I really do feel like it. I'm just gonna do... Again, we're not planning on doing this run forever. I just want to show... I just want to do stuff and test out things I haven't done before. And I've been meaning to test out Pokeshells and Oak Shells on the Aquatic Planet Pack since their rework. So we will do that. I am just going to put a steel thermoregulator in and call it a day, though, I think. That's going to go there. And then let's actually do the print. We could do another Bionic dupe, but I don't want to do a Athletics guy. I'll print another Pinch of Pepper seed, just in case. We do actually have all the Pinch of Peppers now. We need to get some more hot polluted water into these, but... we actually not supplying them with enough bracken. You need to do this one. No, this area needs to heat up a little. Oh, you need to actually build these tiles. That's what needs to happen. Yeah, do that, and then we should have enough. We'll need to make some more Pinch of Peppers for the oak shells, though. We'll have to expand this as well a little bit, then. Well, in that case, I'll get you to dig... I'll get you to dig... oh, crap. I'll get you to do this. Yeah, go ahead. We'll expand the insulated tile out here, and then we'll do a load of that. Do I want to just dump all the water down here? That's not going to cause any problems. This is all abyssalite. So I probably should just... That's a load of clean water. Why aren't I using this for research? Not an awful idea. Yeah, build those tiles first, and then that should sort itself out. Alright, am I just going to priority 9 this now so you actually build it? I think I am. Then let's do... I'm going to lower it back to speed 1 now. Let's do the insulated pipes. So that is just going to go in here. We'll have the radiant. I'll make it out of steel. That can just recirculate around here. This can then go in there. Put the thermosensor on. Fill this with hydrogen, probably. Yeah, and just do that, I guess. So prioritize the cooled gas. That seems good. And then what I could do with that as well is I could just take this here, and I could just hook that up to my hydrogen pipe over here, which is a very long pipe at this point. It's okay. I don't think we need any of those tiles. I can go down here. Do I actually want to build a massive pipe down here just for this? This feels a little overkill. Maybe I'll want it later. That's fine. Yeah, go ahead and do that in a bit. Build the rest of the stuff first, though, so I can just figure out how to lay out the room. Let's also drywall it, you know. We're actually just dedicating today to this build. Also, I started pretty early, so we do have time to do stuff, but I also want to make sure I actually go to bed a decent time. I am going to use the classic aquatic mosaic. That's what we're going to do. There's a nice theme. Don't do those tiles. Okay, and then we're going to need another auto sweeper in here that can actually reach that bit. So that's going to have to go here, I think. That should be alright. Please load. Okay. Yeah, that works. That's not too annoying. Yeah, it's okay. Alright, go ahead and do all of that. And then I guess we'll speed to it. Let's see what's going on over here as well. I will queue up a research. I'll queue up a few researches as well. Just so that we can get some of this water out. How hot is this water still? Yeah, that water is still plenty hot. So provided I actually do build some insulated tiles, we should be alright for that. And then I'll get this to come down here. And then we'll start expanding this over incrementally, I think. Why not just use a gas bottle filler? I don't know, I might want to... Do I want a hydrogen pipe going down here later? I don't know. That probably makes more sense. I know the dupes love building pipes, but that feels a bit much. We'll do a canister filler. Or canister drainer. This feels right. I will need to empty this into a canister filler though. I can just go here. There you go. And then you could priority 9 that. I'll get you to do all of that as well, priority 9. I'm building a massive dirty brick with 10 molten 6 ranch. How do I heat it up enough efficiently? It contains an iron volcano, but it probably won't be enough. Geotune the iron volcano. You should be doing it anyways. Now that will more than double the amount of heat it's making. Using a metal refinery, making steel is pretty good as well, because you're probably going to be making steel anyways. Just turning off the one that you have elsewhere in your base and temporarily turning it on to get the temperature up seems reasonable. But yeah, we're not going to have so many oak shells that we're going to need more than the thermoregulator here. I don't think... I might be wrong. So what we'll do is, if we detect a critter in here, we're just going to shut this door. And that's going to be fantastic, because that means the critter won't be able to climb out of the liquid pool. It'll still cook. Because Pokeshells can't drown, obviously. And then we'll open this door. Yeah, we'll open this door if we have more than, like, 20 or, like, more than 10 Pokeshells in here or something. Seems about right. Then we'll plug these in, and then we'll do the whole dropper automation, but I'll do that last, because that probably wants a bit of emphasis. Hello, Bane. Hope you're doing well. What are you up to today? We're building a oak shell ranch. I'm updating my build that we previously looked at on Sandbox Showcase. That's not the right thing. Posted it in Twitch earlier. Let's actually, I think that's everything I need from the video for now. Let's just get this finished. Oh, I can't build the drywalls up here. That's so sad. That is the saddest thing I think I've ever seen. Okay, I'm gonna have to remove some of those bits then. See if doing just that will work. No. That's very sad. Is the Frostburger the best food with Dupes? It gives -2 athletics. I've got to admit, I don't think about food an awful lot. But usually the best food for me is one that's simple to make for what specifically your colony is doing, and also gives a good, or at least +3 morale. +4 and +5 and +6 are pretty good, but +3 I think is where you start to see the biggest benefits. Yeah, get those drywalls finished too. You know what, I'm gonna just priority 9 the drywalls too. Why not? The classic. Yeah, there's definitely a balance between simplicity for what your colony can do and the actual quality level of the food. Water weeds are a bit easier to grow these days though, so for all the lettuce. Mixed berry pie is my favorite. I'm a big fan of pepper bread. I'm a big fan of berry sludge. Souffle pancakes is one that can be quite easy as well. Surf and Turf is a classic, obviously. It did get nerfed, but it's still very good. Barbecue will do in a pinch most of the time. But yeah, generally your dupes should have enough morale that worrying about loads of the highest quality foods I don't think matters so much. Mush fry enjoyer, yeah, fair enough. Mush fry supremacy. You know, I don't think I was actually playing the game when they gave the duplicants diarrhea. I don't think it ever said it gave them diarrhea, but it gave them food poisoning. I'm sure it says that in the journal entry somewhere, but it doesn't mean it was necessarily true. I don't think I was ever playing when that was a thing. They still do, technically? Ah. Insert reference to American diarrhea sickness outbreak. Mushed bars do, but the fry gets rid of the food poisoning. Ah. Fair enough. They should revert Slimeling being deadly. Every time someone says that Slimeling isn't deadly, I remind them that we literally lost a run because of Slimeling. We were doing one of those print a dupe every 3 cycles runs until you die. And a guy had Slimeling, and he got steamed to death by a cool steam vent. And because his breath was dropping so quickly from the Slimeling, he couldn't make it to the oxygen that was right next to him in time. And this was obviously before suffocating only incapacitated the dupes. So, yeah. I don't want to revert to a red alert colony. Yeah, fair enough. Command and Conquer, red alert. Right, ethanol. Enable auto bottle. Dump it all in here, but I want you to make sure that you do this tile first. And then we'll have a load of bottle emptiers. And we'll see how far we get. I really like this tile. And obviously we're going to have a load of carbon dioxide down here, but that's fine. I think we will do slicksters as well on this run, if I feel so inclined, because I have literally never done slicksters in a recent run. on Twitch, and we have a proper guide video for them. The only thing is, I should probably use a different ranch design now that we have to fit a critter fountain in it. I think this is it. There's critter ranching update videos I want to do at some point for Sandbox Showcase, but realistically I'm not going to have the time to do. So I should cover all of those topics on Twitch in runs where I benefit from it. And this is a run where I benefit from it. Why do we have food poisoning on the ethanol? Okay. There we go, look, 96 tiled ranch. That actually works really, really well. You still need to ranch long hairs someday? You know, I might even do that this run. We are producing way more oxygen than we need. It's all in here. This is all from the cool steam vent. Can you believe it? This has worked pretty well, actually, now that we've solved some of the teething problems. I think the main issue is that these are actually overheating still. You know what I say to that? I say we can add another ice temperature plate. What are we gonna do with the meat when we don't have a Rex video? Should I just keep delaying the Rex video for engagement bait now? Is that what's gonna happen? No. No, I do want to do it, but it requires a lot of innovation from me. It's like, oh, you know what it's like? It's like when you're researching technology in the Paradox games, and they give you a ahead of time penalty. Like, we're getting hit by the ahead of time penalty for the Rex video at the moment, so we're gonna wait until it comes a bit more naturally. No, I don't know. You'd rather take as much time as need be than missing stuff? Yeah, I was honestly thinking, like, do I even split the Rex video into 2 videos? One about self-cannibalizing and one about the other setups, but I don't think I will. I think the Rex video will just be one long video. It will have 4 setups. The self-cannibalizing Rexes, Rex is eating Dartles, Rex is eating Slogos, and then Rex is eating something big like a Grub or something with the automation. But it's going to be complicated. Now, we need the Brackine. The Brackine should be able to go in here just fine. But that does mean I'm going to have to do some pipe spaghetti. So that can go there. What is this? Okay, that one's going up. This one's going down because that's the gunk. I remember that much at least. Actually, you know what? Leave that one as it is, and we'll just bridge over it. That's fine. Yeah, that'll do. It's going to be warm enough in here, we won't need to recirculate the Brackine. Hold on, I'm missing YouTube comments. Sorry. Sorry. Nagiri probably wins over Frostburger now if you have a DLC. Yeah, true. Is there a difference if a Rex is fed with meat and tough meat compared to eating critter alive? Yes. Rexes generate twice as much brine ice when they eat live critters, so it's generally preferable. However... Oh, you know what? I should just make this, Oh, hold on. I'm pumping all the gas out of here, but there's no liquid. Cut the pipe. I have to actually let you go in here. I'm gonna have to do that automation wire later, and then open these. We embracing the CO2 atmosphere now? Yeah, I think we are. We have a CO2 vent, after all. And we have plenty of waste heat. So, like, why not have some slicksters going? We actually... No, we don't have a hot CO2 vent on this asteroid. I'm getting confused about the other one. Do we geotune the carbon dioxide vent again? The answer is probably yes. Right? You know, make this run even more similar to the series run. It's all good. Running out of polluted dirt. Well, that's right, you're requiring polluted dirt too. Okay, what's the other comment? I forgot to put a door at the overflow with your Slickster ranch design. I got like 300 molten Slicksters in there and they ate all the CO2. That's good. Yeah, that's a good idea. Temperature plate melted. That is... I need to sweep that tile. Let's keep doing more random researches, I think. Do we want to do the drill cone? We don't have the databanks for that. Oh, jet suits. Let's do jet suits. I did say I was going to look at jet suits on one of these runs where we were making a load of biodiesel. Maybe that will just be in the context. Oh, I don't know. Probably not, actually, if we're doing Bionic dupes, because I don't want to take them out of the Atmos suits. No, we'll do the beach chair. Yeah, come grab this. Right. There you go. Yeah, I think that makes sense. We'll do that as well. Now, I can only have you deliver wood into here. Will you deliver gumwood? The answer is yes. Can we stop them from delivering gumwood in here? That's a question, isn't it? Let's see what everyone ends up doing. I do want you to start running though. Yeah, you are delivering gumwood. I think that's okay. So, yeah, the ethanol distiller, this generates 4.5 kD/2 second of heat, but the main thing is that the ethanol and the polluted dirt come out pretty damn hot. Potentially at risk of boiling the ethanol, but in practice I don't think we will be, because the polluted dirt will be up here and the ethanol will be down here. It's a start. I made my gumwood, so I made sure to have a bin of wood is nearby to take priority. Yeah, I mean, the one thing... Yeah, when we're doing the oak shells, we will definitely want it to just be the actual wood going into these, for sure. What is this ranch for? It's going to be for oak shells. For sure. Now, I will need to put a little conveyor receptacle in here as well for wood. That's fine. That can go here. So this loader could be for that. So that can just go down here. I probably won't bridge that. So that can actually go... Oh, I see. Let's do it like... Let's do it like this. Then that can go like that. And that could be the wood. Yeah, we're going to do some oak shells. Mostly because I just wanted to investigate whether we're actually... how much we need to update our Pokeshell ranching video for the Aquatic Planet Pack DLC. And I think the answer is not a lot. I've literally just widened this to add a critter fountain. Because we've established that it's more important to have a critter fountain with oak shells now. Okay. Let's continue to priority 9 that. I don't think there's any more ethanol to grab. So let's actually get you to... Oh, God. Deconstruct those. We've got to at least get this breeding the oak shells today. Right, we need hydrogen gas in here. And that needs to go in... Cycle 290. Needs to go in here. Set you to send green signal if above -50. Although we can get this as cold as we want, can't we? -50 should be fine. We don't want it getting any... Well, maybe let's do -60. See how that goes. Then we can put a pitcher pump in here. And I'll just get them to dig the rest of this out. There you go, that's fine. And then there's some ethanol over here, but you should still leave enough here for that to not be a problem. And then any more ethanol that we want. There was a blob somewhere. Here. Yeah, that will do as well. I could probably just do it like this, although that polluted mud's gonna come down, so probably not. Can they not actually reach that even with the swim hack boosters? Oh no, they can't. Why not? Oh, was this the way you actually got in this area? Oh. Now I feel bad. Oh, it's just this, it's just literally having the tile there. Yeah, okay, let's just get rid of that then. I only have spaced out what's a good next buy for the DLC. Frosty Planet Pack is very challenging. Prehistoric Planet Pack is very rewarding. Aquatic Planet Pack is quite easy and relaxed. Those are my 3 general opinions on the DLCs. And then the Bionic Booster Pack. I would not recommend getting the Bionic Booster Pack until you have the other DLCs, to be honest. I think they're better value. But if you do a lot of stuff in sandbox mode, having Bionic duplicates available to set up, plug and play with your sandbox builds and test them is actually very handy. So so that is something to consider. The Bionic stuff is also, it also kind of warps the game into a slightly less interesting version of the game, which is not necessarily the end of the world. It just depends what style you like to do things in. Right, I think we'll do this. Oh, we can't reach all of this, so we're gonna have to do something else. I'm gonna have to set up a pitcher pump here. That's alright, we'll figure that out later. Cool steam vent can power that many steam turbines. We've geotuned this, so it's running at 210 degrees C at 10 kilograms per second. This is only capturing the intermittent flow when it's erupting. This is mostly dormant when the geyser isn't erupting. And it is overpressurizing a little bit. This is not a perfect setup by any means. But geotuning the cool steam vent is probably the best thing you can do with it. It's not as profitable as other water sources, but it does make it a lot easier to handle. And we're only doing it because we have an absurd excess of bleach stone. We have like 30 tons of excess bleach stone. We got on that right away. Right, how's this looking? What's wrong with this? Did I not connect this up properly? No. Okay, that's fine. That should work nicely, and then this should actually start running. Okay. Hooray! The thermoregulator. Not something I use very often, but I will use it in this case, because I can't be bothered to do the nectar tree. We have loads and loads of power. I think that's the main thing. If you're looking for power efficiency, nectar thermal aquatuners are definitely the best. For cooling. Until you get super coolant, that is. But if you have plenty of power, there's nothing wrong with just running one of these. It's only an issue if you don't have enough power. If I had to pick only one DLC, I'd pick the Bionic one because planet packs aren't exactly universal from save to save since they're so critter dependent, but I'm totally biased. That's a valid point as well. If you're only buying one only DLC, yeah, having just one planet pack does kind of warp how you play the game, because you don't have all of the tools available, but you'll have some very powerful tools for some very specific problems. And then then you have a particularly shaped hammer, and then everything starts looking like a particularly shaped nail. I think that's very reasonable. I'm noticing a pattern here. Our mechatronics guy does not seem to actually want to build anything. Now, which one of you is the mechatronics guy? Charlie Kelly, and let's see, Yang, and that's it. Right, so Charlie Kelly and Yang, you can have your building priority upped again. That seems reasonable to me. You need to open a door. Please? And then you can build all this stuff. It's starting to cool down. Obviously, we're dumping really hot ethanol in here, so it doesn't really help. But, like, it'll be alright. This doesn't have to work right away either. This can wait for, like, 50 cycles until we get an actual good amount of oak shells. When I'm playing spaced out only, the DLC I miss the most is Bionic because I get to use the batteries and boots to speed up the early game. Yeah, that's kind of true. Okay, what about expanding the pincher peppers? Probably shouldn't have all this water in here. Oh, I know what I could do. I could let some of the water in here. That's probably fine. Yeah, these are actually all growing now, so we should actually... Yeah, we're starting to get a surplus of brackine again. We are murdering a lot of these guild goes with the metal refinery. It's getting slightly too hot in here. I think that's acceptable for now. What temperature is it in here now? Okay, well that's not too hot. That's okay. Just have a big pile of rotten egg here. Nice, nice. You know, go with all the sulfur. So this is going to be all the products that we actually want. Or the products that aren't going back into here. So this is going to be just the variant eggs we don't want. This is going to be just the wood. And then I think we'll hook up all the automation once they built all the mechatronics. So we'll just let Charlie Kelly get on with everything for now. And maybe we'll stop queuing up the other errands and maybe we'll go on speed 3 for a bit. Well, if you're running out of gear bomb, you should get some gear bomb. We have 382 units of tallow gear bomb. I think this is all accessible in here. This should definitely be accessible as well. I did actually put a pitcher pump in here in the build guides so that the Pokeshells walked on the surface a bit more. I might do that later. Because the more surface area they have to hang out on, the more of the time they're going to be making progress towards oak shell eggs instead of resetting towards Pokeshell eggs. Oh no, they don't reset towards oak shell. They don't reset towards Pokeshell eggs. They just stop progressing towards oak shell eggs. So we want to maximize the surface area in here while we've got the Pokeshells and we're trying to get them to make oak shells. And this is just going to be everything in here. It's going to go up here, and that's going to include the critter eggs. I always forget to set that, and that's not a good thing. I guess it's going to start grabbing all the excess products and putting them up here. That's probably fine. This is full of polluted dirt. That's good. I should probably add polluted dirt to the list, then. Yeah. That's in organic. We have 9.6 tons. That's good. Okay, so this is going to be Pokeshell and Sanishell eggs. We don't have any oak shell eggs at the moment. That's fine. Looks like we've grabbed most of the ethanol out of there. That's good. Yeah, this temperature is dropping. That's good. Even with filling it up. Okay, and then this is just going to be wood. Just regular ass wood, please. Wood, please. Can we reach this? We can reach it. Okay. I think this is probably time for me to start doing the automation then, so let me find that quickly. Not too complicated. But first, let's watch an ad. Ridiculous. What ads do you guys get these days? I've currently got an ad for a vacuum cleaner. Oh, I do like a good vacuum cleaner. Oh, and now I'm getting an ad for Starbucks. Okay, that makes sense. I do like Starbucks. I probably shouldn't like Starbucks, but I'm not going to pretend I'm a coffee aficionado. I do like myself a little bit of Starbucks. Right. So the dropper is going to be pretty easy up here. We're going to have this set to, above one critter. We're going to have this set to below one critter. Then that's going to go up here. We're going to have a knot gate. You know what? I can actually put the knot gate over here this time. I think I will do that. Save some space. And we'll send that around past the critter drop off. It's going to go into an AND gate. I should really be building this all out of lead, but we'll do that later. It doesn't matter. Then we'll put a filter gate in here, and then that's going to control the release door. I'm pretty much at the point where I can memorize the standard setup that we're doing here. And then that knot gate is going to activate that door. So I think what we'll do with that then is I'll put an AND gate here. So when all the ranches are full and we've got this many critters in the room, then we'll open that door. Oh, wait, hold on. That's not what that should look like. That's not what that should look like, I should say. Oh, well, that's going to look a bit ugly. Well, no, this is fine. I could just do it like this. Yeah, that's fine. Then this is going to go up here. So we'll set this to if there's above... Let's just say 8, right? Because that's going to fill a ranch. And then if there's above... If there's below 1 critters, then that's going to open that door. That's fine. And then this is going to be everything is going to come out of this room. And then that's going to get dumped. It's going to get dumped on this main line as well. Okay. Yeah, that seems fine. And then what else? There's the actual chute as well, which is a bit annoying. Oh wow, I actually set this up to send the individual eggs to the different ranches with conveyor shutoffs. That's kind of crazy. I don't think we actually need to do that this time. There's limited space in here, but I think I'm fine with just sending the variant eggs into here, so I'm not going to worry about that. So, oh, we need a critter sensor in here, which is irritating. I'm going to put it on this side so that we can actually reach it. Then that is going to go into... That's going to go into this door. I'm going to just send the wire down here so I don't have to traipse it in an awkward way. And then that is going to go into a knot gate. Oh, that's irritating. I think that's going to go here. There'll be a little bit of tidying up that I do with this. I think I'll move this vent here. Then that way I'm not going to keep bridging over this port. So that knot gate's going to go up here, but then this combined signal at the end from all the different branches is going to go in here. And then the weight plate is actually going to go into an OR gate. That's right, we're using an OR gate. We're crazy, people. That is going to go here. And it's going to hook up to the critter sensor. So if the critter sensor detects a critter is in this room, or if it's on the weight plate, then we activate this door. That's what that's going to do. So this needs to be above... It's above 0 critters. Yeah. Or if it's above 50 kilograms. Seems good to me. Okay, and I think that's all of the automation. It's not overly complicated. Yeah, that seems fine. This critter conveyor loader needs to say the same thing. There's probably some way to do this with diagonal tricking, but I can't be bothered. I think the fact that we've got an auto sweeper out here is the only thing that's putting me off making this a standard design. But I think what I would actually do is I would actually just lower this, maybe? I think I'd do a bit of playing around with the layout, but I think it would be mostly what we're showing here. Because the ethanol in the tank is never going to get above this level, so it's never going to flop down the shaft. And then we can keep moving around the shaft normally. Oh, I know what we're going to want. We're going to want a rock crusher. And then this isn't going to be wood. This is going to be the oak shell malts. Oh, that's true. Oh, well, I mean this one. That's not going to be wood. Because it's going to be oak shell malts and they need to be crushed first. Damn, how did I forget about that? Yeah. That's going to have to go nearby. I just put it here for now. Is that going to cause any issues? There's a little bit of polluted water. I don't think that's going to be the end of the world. Though, actually... This feels like it's tempting fate just a little bit. I'm going to put some granite tiles here as well. And then you could dig that. I'll put a rock crusher here. In fact, actually, dig that as well. Now let's speed it up so I don't forget. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, that's not immediately melting out. Is that a back wall back here? That's a back wall. That wasn't a back wall. I should have just done that one. I hate how much these guys flash. Did you know if you have back wall tiles behind regular tiles and you build a pixel pack that overlaps the tile of the back wall tile, your dupes will break the tile to mine the back wall. No matter if it's an airlocked door or a locked door. Oh, that's weird. Gross. I think what I'll do is... yeah. Rock crusher. I'm not feeling good. This room is already getting slightly too hot. And this is supposed to be the coolest day all week. So I'm not happy about that. You can just leave that one there. That's fine. And then, let's see. Thermo... not thermo. Motion sensor. Don't ask me how I learned that. I think I know how you learned that. Through experience. This wire is the consumers, so that's just going to go there. Then that is probably going to be a case where we know the oak shell malts are coming in. I'm still going to pretend that we are actually going to... Can I reach that from here? Well, not really. I'm just going to put it here for now. We'll move it later if need be. So that is going to be oak shell malts. And that is going to go up here. Is that the right wire? Oh, that's not even a wire. Okay. Go there. You are going to be set to just crushing Pokeshell malts and then eventually Oakshell malts. And then I guess I should have moved that a little bit. That's alright. Then this one is just going to go over here, and then that's going to be all the wood. So then I can remove this. Yeah, just do that for now. That's fine. Okay. Right. That's all gonna proceed pretty quickly, I think. Turned off because we need more critters. Oh. Okay, well I'll flip it for now then. Oh, I think I just need to have them open this and then brute force this, because I don't want to come back in here unless it's ready. I also don't want to keep dumping heat in here, frankly, so I want to keep this room shut. And then, this still does actually need to have liquids in it, so I'm going to have to get a bottle of something. Do we just have a random bottle of crap? Probably somewhere, right? Bottles of crap. Give me a bottles of crap. Okay, maybe a bit more than that. Although, can you do that first? Okay, that actually worked really well. I'm pretty happy with that. So, if we just seal that, I'll get you to actually dig up here as well, and then we can make a load more pigeon peppers. This could be quite a long room without issues as well. I'll probably just double it. That probably makes sense. Well, maybe a bit more than that. That'll do. Oh, why am I looking for random bottles of crap? I have random bottles of crap. Gunk. It has to be a liquid that will freeze. I think it has to actually be ethanol. That's going to be mildly annoying. You never got over there. That's not an immediate issue. Bottle drainer. No, I just want to fill a bottle. Well, I could do this for now. It doesn't feel very good. I'm just going to move the bottles in here. Sure, let's just do that for now. Right, let's just speed it up. Get in here, build that conveyor. You're done. That's going to reset itself at some point. In fact, set this to auto. And then we'll set the other one to auto. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. Set that one back to auto, and then I think we'll be alright. Okay, and in theory, I think we should be ready to start moving the Pokeshells in here. So I'll just make sure that they priority 9 the conveyor rail, and then I think we're ready. That's good. I'm very pleased that I actually did something today, because I had literally no idea what I was going to do going into today. So this could be ethanol, enable auto bottle. How's this going as well? I do still want to test out what's going on here. These ore holes take a while to hatch, so I'm not going to rush them. But we're pretty close to having one hatch. This is set to... I'm going to need to fiddle around with this. And green signet below 10 critters. That's what I should have done. Oh. Oh, that's not what I want. I'm gonna have to move this over here then. That's alright. I wanted to make sure it wasn't reachable by either of these sweepers. Okay. That's going to be a nice big pile of nori that we keep shuffling around. Right, I'm going to yellow alert this. What do you mean you can't do it? How dare you? Oh, is this not... Oh, that's not reachable anymore. Oh, okay. There. Well, I'll make it priority 9 then, because I'm pretty sure you're going to get around to doing it. Right, and then this is going to be set to... malts. So I'll set that to oak shell malts as well later, but we are going to crush the regular malts here too. And then this is going to be set to wood. And... I'm probably just gonna... Should I set this to manual as well? I might just set that to manual as well. We want to keep making more ethanol down here, don't we? We got... zinc. I'll print some more zinc. That's fine. Oh! Also, let's actually... why are you stuck in here? Let's actually have a look at the self-contained system. This is a pretty cool artifact that we found. This marvel of a device was built using parts from an old tornado-in-a-box science fair project. The very faint, faded letters are still visible on the display button that read Camille P. Grade 5. Wow. Oh, let's keep doing the vacillator recharge. I'm gonna give myself all the buffs. You know, that's a very reasonable thing to do, isn't it? You know, the Masterworks dupe really does need them. And then I'll show you the Pokeshell dropping. So yeah, go ahead and do this. What we got? I don't believe it does emit light. So that's plus 20% health per cycle. Let's have a look. No. It's here. It spins. It gives plus 80 decor over... Oh, is this because it's on a display shelf? It's doubled. Oh my god. It's 165 decor over a 10-tile radius. That's kind of ridiculous. Good. Right, I think we're ready then. Let's actually start dumping the Pokeshells. Don't have any more eggs. Let's go ahead and grab all of you. This did not succeed in the end. That's okay. The Brackine. Do we end up with some of the Brackine in this room? We did! No. Yes, we did. Okay, that's good. We got a full fountain. You should start dumping the Pokeshells in here. I guess I'm gonna yellow alert this. And I guess I'm gonna yellow alert these. You actually reachable? You are reachable. That's good. In the bin. In the bin you go. Actually, you're leaving the bin. You're graduating. That's good. I think I will leave the baby up here. Actually, I'll leave the baby in there just in case we want a wild Pokeshell at some point. this is going all right, I think. It's going to take a while to fill these up with ethanol, though. And also, the we're going to need way more ethanol distillers to actually process all these Pokeshell outputs. Right, but let's have a look at this. So the Pokeshell's going to start wandering around. It can go all over the room. We need to open this door. I forgot about that door. Oh, that just plugs into the other end of this wire. Okay. A slight mistake. That's fine. The Pokeshells could just hang out in the meantime. So I guess normal priority for that. And don't let them in to drown yet. How many is that? That is 7. Okay. That's good. Look at them go. Look at them go. The doors here are just so the dupes can get in and access this while we're restricting the critters. Classically a fast system. Right, okay. Now is the important part. Let's watch. So the Pokeshells are hungry. That's not important. Some of them are going to jump in here into this room. Then they're going to get locked. 5 seconds later, this door will open. It will wait for one Pokeshell at a time to make sure we're not overloading the branches. He's then eventually going to wander into this door. He's then going to get closed behind it. He's going to drop onto this door. That critter sensor is going to activate and open this door. And then he's just going to wander over here. And this is how we're going to do a drop shaft for a ranch where we have liquid tanks. And he'll decide what to do in a minute. Yeah, there you go. Ta-da! And this needs to be set to... This needs to be set to above 7 critters. So when we have 8 Pokeshells in here and the ranch is full, then we will just actually open this door and the rest of the Pokeshells could drop down to the remaining rooms. Which we're not going to do yet. It's okay. Obviously at the moment they're not randomly wandering around. And I've realized the problem with this plan. Can you guys... Oh no! No! Can you see what the problem with this plan is? They can wander up and down here. They can't actually wander over here. That sucks. Now, I think this is still workable because I think what I could do is I can move some of the tiles around here. But that is slightly inconvenient, at least. Okay, well, we'll fix that. That is going to mean 1 extra tile is needed, I think. That is going to be an issue as well. I could take a tile out of this bit, but that's very neat. So that tile is going to have to go there. This is going to have to go here. We can reach the loader still, so that's actually okay. That's going to have to plug in here. That automation wire is actually going to have to go... It's going to have to go here after all, I think. So I'm going to have to remove this to get in there. This is very awkward, though. Because this is 96 tiles once it's actually built. I'm just going to have to remove the tile here. That's all I can do. How unsatisfying. And then I'm going to have to remove this little bit as well, so the Pokeshells can walk through. I think we should still be able to reach all the tiles with these sweepers. Yeah, you could build that now. Then you could build that. I'm so sad! It's alright. To be fair, that does mean we have a nice wide swathe down here that we can fill with underwater buildings. Liquid reservoirs, maybe? We're gonna have to get Zarek out of the room. probably fine. That's so gross. What am I going to fill this gap with? Oh, I know what we're going to fill it with. Oh, I know what we're actually going to fill it with. Wood block. There you go. Put a wood block in there, and then we'll feel good about ourselves. Now the Pokeshells can wander around. Now we actually need to build the tile. We have at least got all the Pokeshells in the room. It is now actually a ranch. You should start drinking from the critter fountain. I released a short about Pokeshells drinking from critter fountains ages ago because it was a meme video. I made lots of meme videos about Pokeshells. Now he's going to eat some depleted dirt. We're going to get some sand. That sand is all going to go up here. I guess that's what this conveyor could be for, is sand. It's probably fine. And they're going to come down here, and when they come down here, their oak shell chance is going to start increasing, and that's what we care about. So that's fine. Once we have just oak shells in here, then we will replace them all with oak shells. And that should actually happen naturally. So that should be fine. But I'm going to have to make sure that this is a priority 9 grooming situation. Yeah, this auto sweeper can reach under here to this tile. That was the main one that I was concerned about. Okay. I'm pretty happy with this now. I think this should work. And that, I'm just going to put a rail on this. That's going to be sand. Where am I going to want to send sand? I don't know. Did you try the list view in the buildings menu? Oh, you know what? Let's have a look, actually. List view. Submersible. Is there an actual bit here? Let me scroll. Let me scroll, damn it. I don't think that's how I filter it. Probably will just be liquid tanks, I think. 2,000 hours in this game, did not even realize the list menu was an option. Yeah, they added it fairly recently, but it is nice if you don't fancy a grid. It does sort it out into these different tabs, and you can minimize them if you really care about that. It's always nice to give people more ways of interpreting the game. It is. I do like that you have a bit here where it shows all the different tiles. Right, well, I'm happy with this. The main issue now is if we tried to stack this, it wouldn't work. Because we can't take this tile out each time. That is very unsatisfying. And the critters themselves need all of the tiles to access everything in these rooms. So we can't get around this with shenanigans. Well, maybe I just leave it as the one for now. I guess eventually it's going to drop a load of Pokeshells down here. I don't really have more Brackine than one for now. We're going to have to wait and see how that evolves, I think, before we can make any real conclusions on whether it works or not. Same with the ore hull situation. You still need to build this chute. I don't think these guys are getting groomed. Eduardo, you can have complex processing. I need to probably reallocate some of these Bionic dupes at some point. Improved hardware for Jafer. Pretty sure we can give myself another Vacillator boost. If only I could do that in real life. This rocket I'm going to save until another time. So if you add more ranches, do you need to add a wood block to each one? Well, no, the issue is I could take the block out the ceiling in this one, but this is the ceiling of the other ranch. So I would have to leave an extra gap and then take one tile out if I was going to do it that way, which is not ideal, especially because this build actually lines up with the actual 4-tile high gap structure. Because that's 4 tiles, that's 4 tiles. It's just literally a box, so I can't subtract anything else. It's annoying because it feels like one of those things which is solvable, but the maths of it, I think, definitely makes it not solvable. Who's trapped? Oh, right, that's funny. Let's get this finished, I think. We do want some more bracken, and I don't really feel like doing much else today, so that's something good to do. Let's see. I don't know how many pitcher pepper seeds I have at this point. Let's start by doing that. It's going to take a little while to heat the room up. Get the list view out of here. This pipe is just going to keep wrapping around this way. Oh, I presume you're going to actually go recharge because you were trapped. Okay. I probably could rotate the conveyor loader one vertically and make the gap 1 tile. But it doesn't solve the problem. The problem is, the room is 12 wide. It's a 108 tile wide room. It's a 108 tiles total room. The gap is 12 wide. The critter needs to access every single tile along this gap. The only one it doesn't need to access is the ethanol distiller. I think if we... oh, I know what we need to do. We need to actually mirror this whole thing. And put the extra auto sweeper somewhere over here. That's why I haven't done it that way. If we mirrored it, then we could have them not access this part. We wouldn't need the extra tile. That's probably worth investigating, but I don't know how we would actually do that. So let's see, that would be... well, the floor would definitely be here, that's not controversial. Put another ladder here. Door here. That doesn't... the reason for that being a door is for access. We could do that as a door. Making the gap 1 tile means the oak shell could access everything, right? Yeah, but it still takes up 13 tiles. We have to have an extra tile down here, no matter what, so the poke shells can reach the bottom of the liquid pool and get to the home. So, there's no way to have them both get down here as well. I still think there's a way of doing this. I think it might just be a case where I don't need to put the doors in here so we can fit a sweeper in. That might work. So what we would have to do is that would have to be the 6 tiles. That would have to go down here, that would have to go down here. And then that would stay like that. And then we would have a ladder here so that we can get across. Or we could just swim. But probably a ladder. And yeah, because the Pokeshells don't need to access the ethanol distiller. This auto sweep would go up here. The critter feeder would go here. That would go there. This would go here. There might be a way of doing it with the mechanized doors, where if it detects an egg lands here, you could open it, but I think that would be pretty messy, so I probably wouldn't do that. Then this is going to be a bit awkward. Oh, it's not going to be awkward, actually. That's fine. Okay, so that's going to go like that. That's going to go like that. Conveyor loader is going to go here, I guess. It's reachable by all of those. That'll do for now, I think. And then it's this bit. So we don't need a door there, but we do need the mechanized airlock here. We do need the critter sensor here. I think we can actually fit the auto sweeper here and a loader in here. It's not going to be very neat, but it should actually work. Okay, I'm glad that we're actually trying this out. That's good. Do we want anything more going on over here with the bracking in the meantime? Oh, we did actually have enough seeds. That's good. Yeah, don't worry about that for now. I need to deconstruct that. This is just going to get sealed in here. But I'll have to do that one last. Hello, Connectien. Hope you're doing well. We have been ranching Pokeshells today. Or, well, we've started ranching Pokeshells. The aim is to get to Oak Shells and then start recycling their products, just because we can. But I'm pretty confident that this setup will work. I'm just trying to organize a few things at the moment for the drop shaft. We're taking the build that we did from the Sandbox Showcase video, and we're just widening it out a little bit. Yeah, that actually reaches across here. The main issue with this is then we can't actually get in this bit, which is fine. To be fair, this bit doesn't actually have to be enclosed. It only has to be enclosed for the critters. So there's probably a way of doing it with just regular doors. Yeah, there is a way of doing it with just regular doors. It would look like this. And then I could put a loader out here. What's a plant that needs no water and can make bracking? Well, you got pincher peppers, which need polluted water. You got nosh sprouts, which need ethanol and dirt. Sleepweeds require water, so it's probably nosh sprouts. I think if we did that, and then they could climb up here. I don't think they could climb up there. To be real, I'm just going to make these all doors, and then we can climb on all of this. Infinite ethanol into bracking. Yes! That's something we're going to do here as well. We're probably going to grow nosh sprouts with the extra ethanol so we can make more bracking that way. At which point I'll probably actually set up a proper cooling loop here. That would potentially be a good idea. Right, did we get a bottle full of ethanol? Yes. Well, it's not exactly full, but it will do. So relocate that here. And then we can empty that, and then that should be fine. And this will end up as a vacuum because we'll pump all the gas out. I think if I'm just doing ladders here, I think I'm just gonna commit to the bit, and we're gonna have just all of this be doors. And then we can just access any part of this shaft. Which looks a bit weird, but I suppose it's fine. And then I think to be super extra door-alicious, we'll just make all of these doors. That's kind of gross, but it works, which is good enough for me. That's kind of my motto. If I'm kind of gross and I work, then that's fine. Okay, so that's everything. That's the eggs from the whole room. That all goes in there. I'll make sure to priority 9. Actually, they're doing the deconstructs now. That's good. Oh, I probably can't put the doors here. I can't put a door there. That's okay. You should still be able to reach everything in this shaft, no matter what. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the bottom. So I'm just going to seal this here for now. Will I actually want more than 2 branches? I don't think I will. He lied when he said this was real. I did lie. How very observant. Right, well, that is going to change what the automation looks like a little bit, because the critters... actually, the critter sensor can go to the same place. It doesn't matter at all. I will only need it to be here, though. Yeah, let's start removing all these tiles. I haven't seen the air cooling building in so long. Everyone and their mother just used the aqua tuner. Well, it is the most power efficient thing. It is the most power efficient thing. But if you have plenty of power, why not? We do have plenty of power. Why so much ethanol? You only need like 400 kilograms to get the egg chance. That is true. We will end up with more ethanol than we could ever use with the yolk shells eventually. I think the actual reason is because in the original build we had pitcher pumps in here as well. A, so we could access large amounts of ethanol if we wanted to for construction, and B, so that the Pokeshells would spend more time wandering around the ethanol, and thus their egg chances would get higher. But yeah, the bottle openers are just to fill the area with ethanol for now, because it's all from just outside the map. We're going to be making our own ethanol as well, but like, there's not a huge amount of ethanol. Actually, we're pretty much out on the map. That's not good. We'll have to start making more then. You need all this ethanol if you need the critter condo. Otherwise, the minimal amount you use just 2 tiles of ethanol to bootstrap the process since it's not swimming in ethanol. Yeah. It'll be alright, it'll work out. I think eventually what we'll do is we'll put a liquid pump in here with a sensor, and we'll put some liquid tanks in here too. Probably go over here, to be honest. Yeah, egg chances are not great at the moment. It's actually going... Oh, I see. It's going down when it's not in the ethanol. It's not good. I think the, yeah, I think the pitcher pumps might actually be necessary to get the chances high enough with a setup like this. Oh, I know what the issue is. It's because normally they don't wander around both bits up here unless they have less room to wander around. But even with the actual critter fountain, with them not being able to access the ethanol distiller here, they're still going to have a bit more space than usual to wander around in, so they might not actually get the egg chances we want. I'm going to have to think about that. Also, this knot gate is definitely in the wrong place now. Whatever. This is not going to be the neat version of this build, I'll tell you that much. Oh, that door placement is going to change where I put that. It's going to be an ore gate. That's fine. That can change. It's probably just going to go down here then. No. That's fine. We'll do it like that. Experimenting's pretty fun. Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is all stuff that I would want to look at some point. That works. I'll do. I think that's all the automation we need now. Basically, the work I'm doing now means that when I eventually actually do an update to this video, the Sandbox Showcase, I'll actually know what I'm talking about. And it doesn't feel like I'm wasting a load of time looking at this now. Right, so liquid vent can go there. That is just going to go in here, and then, again, I'm probably going to 50-50 that. To go up. Well, I probably don't need to 50-50 that one. I'm probably actually going to send it like this for now. Fill this one a bit faster. That one, okay. Set the permissions on this just fine. I'll need some conductive wire in here as well. So I can go there. That should be fine. How about the Brachine extension? Well, if you're doing it, I'll let you keep going. A load of igneous rock in here I want to access too. Auto sweepers can go here and here. Their rail is going to go, I guess, like that. I'm going to put another one here. Yeah. And then that's probably fine. Once this is... You know what? I think I'm just going to seal this now, and we'll start opening this up. I just want to make sure this is done today as well. No, I'm pretty happy with where this has gone today. We're learning. I'm sure these plants are going to start stifling in a minute. Let's actually make sure that this gets done priority 9. I think the polluted water recycling in here is doing a lot of work. So that's going to have to sweep that out, sweep that out. That is going all the way over there, that's fine. I don't think there's really much else I have to do. I sure hope this is the right number of tiles for this room. Well, obviously it isn't at the moment, thanks game. It should be, because it's only going to be 3 high for most of it. It should be alright. Oh, come on! Okay, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I can just tile these. But I want to... Wait, I want the friggin' light here. Oh, well, that's just rude. That's very rude. So what's this one doing? Oh, sod it. I'm just going to tile it. There's eat both normal and tough meat, or am I wrong? Rexes do, yeah. Okay, so that should work now. Okay, good. I guess at this point I will just hook it up here and here then. We'll see how that goes. Was I correct? Was my guess correct? Oh, let's go charge myself up again. That's a good idea, isn't it? And let's put the drywall in here as well. That's also very important. There you go. I might need to remove some more mesh tiles. Yeah. Oh, get me out of here. I got stress reduction. That's actually good. Good. This should not be picking up eggs. Oh. Oh no! That's no good. It has to be this one. Okay. Yeah, we don't want this. We don't want that conveyor reaching the eggs. Okay, so that's just gonna have to go like, that then. That's fine. And then I can cut that one off and do something else. Ideally, I should have just laid this out slightly differently, but I don't want to mess with the automation now at this point. So that's gonna be... I'll decide what I want that to be later. But it's probably going to be filtration medium. Right, let's actually get the pipe done first so that you're actually recirculating the water in here, because at the moment you're fertilizing a lot of plants that are actually not hot enough. And that's not what we wanted. Did I do the research? I did do the research. This is good. Means I can actually put a wood block in. Regular wood gives plus 50% decor compared to gumwood, by the way, so usually you should use regular wood for this. Do I care? Not really. We are now actually grooving the poke shells. That's good. That means we're going to start getting some eggs. Yeah, build these. That stuff can all come later. So long as we're actually starting the poke shell breeding process today, I think I'll be pretty happy. And we'll hook these conveyors up. I'll get you to go back to researching the beach chair, because the beach chair is obviously very strong. And then we'll get in here and we'll keep doing stuff. Right. Now we have an egg in here, but you actually need to replace this auto sweeper, so go ahead and do that before you get absolutely demolished. Are we being saved by the lag? I feel like we're being saved by the lag. Is this a good time to have some Fanta? Probably not, in case the poke shells decide to suddenly start attacking. They're giving us smiley faces, though, so that can't be too bad. Liquid pump is industrial machinery. Yeah, I think so. Good luck. Yes. So what was my problem going to be with that? It doesn't affect the greenhouse or the stable. The liquid pump I've got for the farm station is down here. Well, I'm glad we're building all the pipe. I'm still not sure I should have built it all out of zinc, but I do actually want this pipe to be conductive, so that's probably fine in this room. And I think at this point this is going to be a permanent fixture, so I'm going to let you drywall this too. What drywall do I want in here? Oh, I know what I want. I want the lums. Yeah, give me the lums and I'll shove them in here. Yeah, and this should be enough pinch of peppers for 3 ranches worth of bracken, possibly. Yeah, that's going to start growing these plants now. That's good. This is very hot water, actually. Probably because all the heat from this is leaking over, but that's actually what I want, so that's really good. I should also actually hook George up at some point, really. We are eventually going to recruit George. Not that we're really making any good food yet, but... it is what it is. We have 17 tons of plastic now, by the way. Tublia's doing work. A lot of polluted oxygen here now. It's fine. Okay, looks like the Pokeshells are getting looked after now. That's good. Yeah, the wrong eggs are now in here. That's good. We will need some regular eggs at some point. Still not really good enough. Well, if nothing else, this will give us a load of lime. I'm glad we're learning. Yeah, let's get this all built today, and then we'll wrap up. Yeah, lums. I should get a lum and bring it in here, actually, shouldn't I? Yeah, lum, you are being graduated from the gum palms, which currently aren't growing, to the pincher peppers. Gum palms aren't growing because there's too much oxygen pressure in here. That will sort itself out at some point, and then we'll start growing them again. Realistically, I should probably print another one. I know it's 50 databanks. Well, we don't have any databanks in here anyways at the moment, so let's not worry about it. Yeah, I think... let's make sure that this gets done. And then let's make sure that this all gets done afterwards. And I think what I'll do for now is I'll make it so that we're just loading this room. This is actually enough ethanol for the situation. I don't think I need a load of ethanol in here. So I will stop this from half and halving at this point. And then we should just get a load of that in. Now the bracking pipe I'm going to have to put in as well. That's fine. You know what? That's silly. Feel like that. Okay. And yeah, priority all of that. About to hit cycle 300. Oh, look at that. Look at the lum. If it weren't for the fact that we were doing more interesting things, this would actually be decent thumbnail material, but yeah. Got the pixel lum. He looks so derpy. I'm imagining a pixel-style Oni game now. That would give me like a proper Dwarf Fortress vibe, I think. Okay, good. These are all actually growing, and a lot of them are being fertilized. That's really good. Racking production is go. And then you just need to finish all of this. And I'm... now, where's the egg now? Are you guys for real? It's here. This is full of stuff. This bridge is the wrong way around. Well, yeah, that's one way to do it. So please build that before we have a crisis. The Pokeshells are giving us mixed messages at the moment. Yeah, lums definitely deserve their own wallpaper. It's fine. That needs to be priority 9 so we can actually get the eggs out of here. How many eggs are in here? None. Because it's just this one here. At 500 grams a second, this is going to take a long time to fill this up. I think we are going to need more ethanol distillers. I could put them over here. That's fine. We got time. We can put more ethanol distillers in. What is that actually going to look like, though? Is it just going to look like... I think it might look like this. It's a bit weird. I don't think there's any intrinsic problems with that. It's going to be a fair bit of power, so I'm probably going to have to make sure it's hooked up to its own wire. Also, this actually doesn't need to be a tile. What I could do is... Let's actually leave the tiles for now, and I'll figure out an auto-sweeping solution for that that works pretty well. What wire would that be? Probably not this one. Don't know. Sand? We have plenty of sand. I don't want either of those dupes, though. You know what? I'm going to figure out the details of that next time. For now, I'm going to be happy with breeding Pokeshells, and then we'll get to the Oakshell stuff later, but that's going to take a little bit of adjusting. Right, eggs are being loaded in here now. That's pretty good. I think I'll need to remove this so we can actually access all of those dry walls down there. Yeah, maybe we do need more dupes. Oh look, we've got the little orehole spawns in here now. That's good. It's so funny how they're small compared to the things. Oh no, look at this. They laid an egg in here. Well, what am I supposed to do about that? Nothing. I mean, there could be some kind of corner case for that. Oh, now I'm really mad. How would I even solve that? I could move these buildings over and put an auto sweeper in, maybe. Or I could move this one. If I put an auto sweeper here, that would work. Okay. Luckily, I did drywall the whole bit. I just hope I can actually put it here. That would be a fairly convenient solution to this problem. And mine always forget stable doesn't have a requirement. Yeah, I'm glad they don't. I'm always trying to find enough space to actually put things in. Or I'm trying to find things to fill the space with, shall we say. I don't think having it mixed is a solution. I think having the kelp holes be separate is just how it's going to have to work. But I'm willing to entertain it for a little bit. I think, frustratingly enough, if we have the door open, we do actually need the 2 auto sweepers here. Pick up the extra range. That's not the end of the world. That's fine. So make sure to do that now so that we don't forget about it and stifle the ore holes. Okay, you've done those bits, so I can hook that up and I can hook that up. You'll be set to the same setting. You'll be set to the same setting as well. This counts as a separate room, so that's still fine. Weight plate can be set to the same setting. I think that will do. Oh, we need the conveyor rail in here for the stuff for the ethanol distiller. That's fine. Yeah. I think that will do. Oh, this auto sweeper just grabbing all the crap off the ground here. That's kind of funny. Did your holes not get overcrowded with the kelp rooms? Not at the moment. They might do at some point, but not presently. Oh, this one's ready to go. Look. That's funny. These definitely need to be prioritized instead of the farmer's touch. We do have polluted dirt. These plants are consuming the polluted dirt, and this is consuming the polluted dirt as well, but we are still producing it. I think what would actually make sense... I could hook the... Oh, yeah, here we go. Look at this. Polluted dirt. Bam. I saw it in a dream. Wait, no! No, not the Pokeshell egg! That wasn't supposed to be in here. Oh, God. I'm going to have to remove that conveyor receptacle now. That's very funny. Okay, that's also very irritating. Okay, so the chute is going to have to move over here. Okay, do that again. This auto sweeper is grabbing it out of the chute as well when it comes out. That's awkward. Put a tile here, would that stop it? Would that stop the ore holes from flopping? Possibly. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to put the instead of doing that, I need to put the chute here. Oh, God. One rail later. It lives in you now? No, it bloody doesn't. It means the Pokeshell egg's going to end up over here, doesn't it? No, the Pokeshell egg should get dropped in. Yeah, it's in here with everything else. So the wrong eggs do get filtered out. That's good. So this will end up being extra polluted dirt later. But at the moment, it's mostly polluted mud and dirt, which is not exactly what we want. I think we're going to need more dupes now. Oh, this is full. Oh, I know what we need to do with this. I need to prioritize the sludge presses so we actually get the polluted dirt out of them. Yeah, there you go. Have fun with that. You're still cooling down. That's going to take a long time, but that should be okay. We've got 8 Pokeshell row in there now. Will we ever get a non-Pokeshell row? Not at the moment. Not at the moment. Well, if that's the case, I'm going to stop. I'm going to tell you to stop putting the Pokeshells in here for now, so we can refill these. It might be a while until we actually fill these with enough ethanol to do this. So, and I think there'll still need to be a little bit of tweaking to the rooms, but this is a good starting point. I'll put it that way. Yeah, and I can go there, and then we're pretty much almost done. Is that it? Is that all the music? No. Got one more bit. Yeah, build that conveyor rail, then I think we'll be done. Then you're just going to hook up George, and then we can figure out the rest of the things to do. You're not fertilized. Phosphorite. Are we out of phosphorite? No, we're not out of phosphorite. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with how this has gone today. Let's get the thumbnail shot. Can we actually get a duplicate grooming the Pokeshell in the thumbnail shot? Doesn't look like it. Oh, yeah. Chip's gone errand. Chip's gone errand. That's good. That will do. Might zoom out just a tad. I don't like zooming out too much for thumbnails because I don't want the action to get missed. This does feel relevant. Yeah, you're going to be building the conveyor receptacle now. What's going on? Oh, Charlie Kelly is on the way. Okay. That's fine. No critters ready. You lied. Am I crazy or are we not actually... Why does it say unreachable to fabricate? I think the duplicates are just still in their downtime. Okay, but yeah, that's good. So we wanted to do Pokeshells. I might... I'll see how I'm feeling, because I am keen to get back to series and start investigating that save again. But I do also want to do Slicksters, and I also do want to do hatches here and start doing a few more things with critters that I don't normally look at on these runs where we want the industrial products. Why do I like to hang out at the top? Normally they usually stay at the bottom. I think it is literally just based on the amount of surface area available for them to move around in. I don't think they prefer to be up the top or up the bottom. Down the bottom. I'm just going to yell at that, you know. Do you not actually... This is one of those fake errands, isn't it? Yeah, you're all groomed. I don't know. I don't want to wait on these guys forever. Maybe we'll just get an opportunistic shot of one of the dupes loading a feeder or something. It is a lot. Oh, they're angry. Now they're not angry. I believe they prefer to be at the ends of paths. Yeah, I kind of see it, but I don't know. It's got the red forehead. I can't do any shots with the red forehead. Oh, whatever. I think we have enough footage for the thumbnail. I think it's all good. Yeah, cycle 301. I have also noticed that, so when I build an island in the middle, they tend to sit in the ethanol. Yeah, that's probably a good way of doing it. Well, this is all food for thought. I'm not actually doing my music today. I don't know why I loaded that menu. Oh, look, we got a snail. Look, it's a real-life logo. Pride and center. Nice. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate your company. I realize I've been a bit all over the place today. I've been pretty sleep deprived, but I will now go get some sleep. And yes, if you like what you've seen, feel free to follow me on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube if you're not already doing those things. And there's Discord where we hang out, we talk about video games as well. We will continue to investigate all of these different critters and develop these builds as we go. But it's just been nice hanging out today, I'm going to be honest. I'm probably not even going to raid anyone today. I'm just going to bugger off. But take care. I might be around tomorrow, I might not. I will let you know on Discord. But have a great evening, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.